Oh, that Adam. Seriously? Victoria gets her groove back, and Bethany is Patsy, not Brittany. All that and more in this week's Restless Wrap-Up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, guys, it is that sound again, so you know what that means. We're here to talk all the GC buzz this week. I'm plugging their fictional movie, little blog or website, their TMZ, whatever it is, since, we've got some cool news to do with GC Buzz later. But as always, I am your host, Lacretia Lyon, and you guys can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one. But there isn't just one person here, of course. Just like every week, we've got in there my lovely lady.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kiera Giavanni, and you can find me on all social media at Kiera Giavanni.
And my sharp-dressed man.
Oh, thank you. I am Ryan Lochte. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't trust you.
I am Alexander Rodriguez, the token Latino in Genoa City. You can find me at Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air and OnTheRocksRadioShow.com.
All right, since we've got so much to talk about this week, let's just dive into it.
We're going to get 2 bottles. Like, that's how much we have to talk about.
Like, literally.
3.
Yeah, she's got her little wine over there. And speaking of all of our wine people I've been talking to, guys, this could be you, but we playing. The Apothic Crush, since I had to pick a red wine that these white wine drinkers would drink.
This was from Shark Tank, so they're a smaller company on the rise.
Why is the glass so little, though?
Yeah, that's like, that's a serving size, putting 2 together.
It's like, personal size.
Yeah.
Personal size.
But enough
you
about...
drink fast.
Yeah, enough about wine, since we are sponsored by the Abbott Winters Foundation.
And there was a lot of whining going on this week. Oh, did you see what I did there?
Oh, my God, so clever. But yeah, like, seriously, could things get worse for Adam? It's almost funny at this point. Like, you're going to get out. We found the pages, but oops, you choked a guard to death. Almost.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I knew it was leading up to that. I was because I'm so adamant that Chelsea and Nick have to get together. It can't happen if Adam's out of jail.
Yeah,
he's not getting out of jail anytime soon. And here's the thing, like, everything in Genoa City happens in dog years. Let's keep in mind, Adam has been in jail for maybe a hot week and a half, and he's already, like, seeing things and not eating. Of course, we know he's skinny, so if he doesn't eat for a couple of days, he's probably seeing things. Me, I could go, like, on a hunger strike for, like, 2 months later. I'd be like, hey, what up? Right? But, come on, he's acting out of... And then the character he's created, Jean-Pierre from France... I had the giggles.
Oh, I
didn't have the giggles. I had the fast forward.
Remember, he kept saying, Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, I love how he's seeing Victor as the guard, and trying to force him to eat, and it's just like, eat, buddy, you need it.
I like that, though. They're trying to be artistic with it. Obviously, we're bored of seeing Adam just, like, walk around the cells. They're trying things. Some things you try, some things hit, some things miss.
It's more exciting than Victor's jail stint, I will say that.
Yeah, because at least he's not rolling with the doctor.
Yeah, but I was going to say, at least Victor got some.
He did, but...
Hey, Adam may be getting some. You look at that pretty face, and...
And he's lost some weight.
I guess we should veer off from that, because this is going to get weird.
No, but I just thought it was like funny, like foreshadowing or backshadowing or whatever shadow you want to cast, is that he's in the same like infirmary room as Victor was, cuffed to the bed. It's like,
But
the
not
legacy
as fun
lives
cuffed
on.
to the bed as Victor was.
Yeah. And poor Chelsea outside.
Adam, and he's over there in his own little world.
Oh, with Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, it's just like, I get that this is probably because Justin's This Is Us is doing so well with critics, and when it starts, they're just so worried. It's like, how are we going to write out Adam? How are we going to write out Adam? But at the same time, like, everyone's complaining about how much this is dragged out. And then now we've solved it, and then he chokes a guard.
Didn't they already cast a temporary replacement for him?
What?
I think they did. I saw it somewhere.
Not to my knowledge in any of the legitimate news sources. Yeah, but yeah.
Conspiracy. Shadiest moment right here, right now.
That just happened.
I swear I saw it.
Yeah,
I will pull up my facts.
there's a few soap sites, if you want to pull it up, but they're not always on the down low because there's several things that get reported all the time. But any of the, like TV Line, Soap Central, if it was big news, they'd be reporting it.
Some of our viewers from YouTube and iTunes have commented as they agree with us in that sometimes the writers back themselves up in a corner and don't know what to do. And I think, like you said, we're at the end of this journey. The journal pages are found, and now they're like, oh crap, now what do we do?
Yeah, nobody puts Adam in a corner.
Adam's been in a corner.
Yeah. Oh. P.S. The whole time that he's away, Chelsea and Chloe, they're getting jiggy with it. They're getting a little.
Is it weird that I'm like, I kind of would want to see them in a relationship?
My mom said that. She's like, I want to see them like all of a sudden break in this like kiss or something.
No.
They have hugged more often than I've taken sips today.
Yeah, but then it got a little weird when Chloe told Connor, "You're going to be getting something bigger from your dad," and Chelsea's like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
So no.
But they hug all the time, and
no.
It was a little weird energy, I have to say.
It's very much like Kendall and Greenlee on All My Children. Everyone sort of had this weird sexual chemistry, as much as like they hated each other and they were friends and frenemies, and they even had their own couple name, Kinley. So what would we call Chloe and Chelsea?
Kelsey.
Chloe? Chloe.
Chloe, Kelsey.
Yeah, guys, come up with a couple name for Chloe and Chelsea. Because I see it.
Chelsea the clown.
Or Laverne and Shirley, since they're always talking about the sitcom.
Closey.
Chloe was a little weird this week. She's my favorite. She was a little all over with like being at the teddy bear shrine. I'm like,
oh my! I have that on my notes. Like, what are you doing?
Crazy Chloe at the side of the road.
Oh yeah.
Let it go.
I really liked that scene though, because this is at least Chloe's point of view, and then we're able to understand her more, even though it was a little like, okay, yeah, like
it was
this
weird.
has happened, it was so long ago at this point. But I get, if I was a mom and I'm in Chloe's position,
but do that behind closed doors. Why are you in the street?
I literally
with teddy bears and candles.
I thought where the story was going is that Victor was gonna like run her over. Like I literally, because we kept seeing the headlights, I thought we were gonna have like a Sage Part 2. Like that's what I thought was happening.
They just love to run people over on Y&R. Well, it's because there's so many drunks in Genoa City.
And actually, poor Billy and his motorcycle, which still hasn't been repaired. He's still Ubering.
I know, and yeah, I love that scene with Chloe, but as we say, it's just like, and I think it's because we've not had, a situation with her really talking about Delia on herself, that soliloquy that she did, and when she's come back. So that's the thing, is we're getting this because some viewers may not remember all of the Delia, storyline.
I'll be honest, I was out for that segment, so I had to, for that period of time, I had to catch up on the storyline and all that. So, it all means something. The fact that Connor has eye parts, I mean, it's all like a big twisted web.
And can we just... Connor spoke this week.
I know, Connor
he spoke to Victor.
Yeah.
He responded better to Victor than he did to his own parents. Else.
I was actually going to point that out. I'm glad you guys did, because it was so cute how he was with his grandpa. And, Eric Braeden, you guys, loves his grandkids, and so he's so good with children.
That's what they said on set. He really goes above and beyond to try to, get that relationship going with kids, and it really showed.
Yeah, that was a really nice moment, and I liked Victor, us seeing him be just the grandpa. Mm-hmm. Sitting in like a chair with his glasses, like I could see him playing Santa Claus at some point. And I think he misses being able to be that. He has to have his guard up with his family all the time, and we finally got to just see him be grandpa.
Yeah.
Other than Summer saying, Grandpa!
See, that's annoying because she's an adult, and she wants to be treated like an adult, but you talk like a child, but we'll get to that dummy later. But yeah.
Ooh, the shade in here! I'm going to try some red now.
Yeah. Victor and Connor. Like, Connor literally lit up when he saw Victor, and I was like, that's so sweet.
You can tell he's really working with him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest though. Your grandfather's Victor. That's where the good gifts are coming. By the way, Chelsea and Adam got him a cake and a letter. Victor brought over like a gift. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You're right. My grandpa used to do all of that.
Oh,
I loved him.
Yes.
I want to go see Grandpa.
Oh, and that's what we wanted to see from Connor, is this light up moment. And, now we're a little bit more on board with his relationship. And if we've known, like, Chelsea, when Adam was dead, always wanted Victor to be in his life. They had this good relationship that is now strained because Victor put Adam in jail.
And you know, I feel bad for the actors in the storyline because everybody, all of our viewers that comment, and even we've said, is we're so bored of the Adam Chelsea storyline. Chelsea, every week, it's like, take a Xanax, girl, and like go to the spa. You keep saying the same thing over and over. Adam, except for this week until he went crazy, saying the same thing over and over. But we forget, because we're so bored with the storyline, that their stakes are so high in what they're going through, and the family turmoil of being ripped apart. Because we've been with the storyline, that's all kind of diminished. And I think, like, now with him going crazy, now we're kind of getting back into that excitement.
But I just feel like now, with the possibility of him not getting out of jail anytime soon, now Chelsea has a chance to develop, go and do other things. Like I said, get with Nick.
Or Chloe.
And she gets to not Chloe. I'm not for that. But with Nick, because they both are in the place in their life where they need that love and that romance. I think they can give it to each other.
Nick really does need something. Let's be honest.
You know, like I've been loving Nick, even when we're seeing him sparely. I'm like, I love this Nick Newman. Keep him around, and if he needs to get his group back with Chloe or Chelsea or a three-way. I mean, whatever Y&R wants to throw at us.
And this new Sharon, I know last week I was like, do you guys really believe this mom in Sharon? But I believed it this week.
Yeah, she was
loved
so
her.
good. Yeah.
With Mariah, it was like typical mom stuff. She was trying to help her get Kevin, but not all the way butt in. Yeah. It was so cute.
So cute. Like that scene at the coffee shop. She's like, I'm going to get a coffee. And you could see, like, she was out of focus in the shot, but you could see her, like turn
so
and
hopeful.
look.
Like, I just want her to have a good thing.
It was so cute. And it's like, like Victor, she gets to play mom now with different ages. You know, her mom with Sully is different than being a mom with Mariah.
A grown person,
I did write down, I said, Sharon must have like a secret side business of a laundry service for Genoa City. Every time they don't know what to do with her in the house, she's folding. It could be midnight. We just got home.
She has a newborn. Newborns need a lot of clothes.
I know, but still, I'm like, she must own a laundromat. Let's do the Sharon. It's like a dance. Okay, I went overboard on that one.
I was trying to help you out, buddy.
Yeah, I know you were. I know. I believe.
I was like, I'll be over here.
But Sharon being a mom to Mariah in this situation is finally redeeming the Sharon character, who'd been so often so crazy for months.
I forgot about all the other crap that she had going on.
Exactly.
Because of those few moments.
You're right.
I don't even, think about Sully being Sages anymore.
And we haven't heard him cry. Yeah. There's been no awkwardness. Nobody's showing up at the house, and she's like, oh my God, she's relaxed.
Yeah.
No, but I thought that was going to come out in the journal pages, and obviously that's not anywhere part of it.
Yeah, I was almost glad, because it's like there's so much stuff that could have come out like that, and it being Adams, that kind of stuff. I was like, but where is Sage obviously never told anyone except writing it in a letter to Adam, and that's why I'm like, there's so many secrets that died with Sage. And she kind of has to come back. I mean,
there's still a storage unit of her stuff, so maybe there's another journal or something. Yeah, you're right.
He did, but we keep seeing her sparingly in those dream sequences with Sharon, so I feel like there's more of that.
Yeah, and I love Kelly Sullivan, so I'd be glad to see her come back.
But she's in, a Tyler Perry?
Yeah, Tyler Perry show coming up,
But to the point about the pages is, we keep thinking those pages are Adam and Chelsea's story, and we forget that this is Nick's killed wife. This is bringing back so many emotions for him. It's like, God, can't they leave my wife in peace? Everybody's using her as their own
toy
or weapon or something, and that's gotta hurt. And
I
forgot that whole aspect of us on this journal.
Until we had that scene with Nick and Victor that was just like bringing that up, and it's like, okay, I'm so glad that they did that, because we've gone so much from it that it's like, okay, what's going up?
And you forget to feel sympathy for Nick, because he's such a strong guy, and he'll just turn it back on and be that, that brother, that son,
father,
boyfriend, to me.
It's like, well, let's speak. I guess we'll talk about how Nick is like, Travis is being implicated in all this, and what I like is Nick, who saw himself in Travis, is immediately like, it's not this guy. This guy's a good guy. It's obvious that he's setting him up. And, like, how are we going to prove it? I like that Nick never for a second thought it was Travis.
Nick is the only smart one in all this. Nick and Victor, they're just on opposite sides of the arena. Nick is just smart. Every time he walks into a scene, we're going to hear some logic and some strength.
He's able to listen to everything, let everyone get their point of view out, but in the back of his head, he's like, no, I don't really believe that.
That's a really good point. Nick is a really good listener. Everybody else just says what they say, their opinion over and over again.
Yeah.
Nick really does listen. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We love
Nick in our life.
I know. Like, I've never been the biggest Nick fan until now. And now I'm like, I love this guy. And I love especially the brother-sister relationship he has with Victoria. That's the most important relationship
She
for him
needs
right now.
that right now.
Although she did get her groove
Get a
back.
booty call.
Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get
Okay.
into Travis, because...
I have a lot of notes about this.
Oh, what you got? What
Yeah,
you got?
come on, Alex.
No, I want to hear what you ladies have to think, because I think you're going to be surprised by my reaction.
Okay, so I thought her trip with Travis was pointless up until the booty call. I'm like, okay, at least she got something out of it, because they didn't really talk about anything relevant. Nothing really came out of it, and the scene was so pretty, and the way the light was hitting them, I was like, something has to happen.
I know.
And it did.
I loved her outfit, and I was surprised you didn't pick it.
Yeah.
You know, and
It was great, but it wasn't like the best.
Yeah.
It was a travel
cool,
outfit.
but it was
Yeah.
on a boat. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
And I love boats. I would call mine the C word, in case you guys want to know.
Good to know. Good to know.
But yeah, a little play on words and a little play on Travis, because we think that Michael O'Rourke is so hot, and so
is.
He went to the
love
gym, by
both
the way,
Travis.
between this stint.
But
Exactly.
why didn't she shower after? She like left, put on her clothes, I'm out, got back on her plane, wherever she was
You know,
going.
maybe she had to catch
No
the plane.
shower.
You know,
I know, but he's been on a boat for all this time, rolling around, sweating, and it's hot.
Oof.
No
I
shower.
you
know.
wouldn't want Travis sweat just like after. You know, she's not
He
going to
looked
see him
clean
for
as
a
a
while.
whistle, by the way. He looked like... I said Travis brought his guns, but obviously no tanning lotion, because he was white as a ghost. I was like, is this frozen? Like, let it go.
He's been in the boat fixing stuff. You saw him up under the sink.
Oh,
And
boy, did
You know,
I.
this is what happens to natural blondes. Is you see, I've got extra red up here. This is what the sun does to us. You know, Travis probably had SPF 50. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna.
He just looked a little too delicate, too pretty
he
boy.
did, he did.
And you guys, when I saw him, I was so excited. When I saw her on the boat, I was like, yes. I thought, and I think there was a few things that contributed. I thought their chemistry was really flat. And so I wanted to know what you guys thought, because they had such chemistry in their bar scenes and in the bedroom scenes, and this anticipation. I was just like,
I know, but I think it was really natural. When you don't see someone for a while, it's kind of 50-50. Either you jump back in and you're like best friends, you haven't missed a beat, or it's like, I don't really know what you've been up to this whole time. Let's ease back into things.
Yeah.
I'm on this side, you're on that side. Let's try to meet in the middle.
Is it really easing back into things? She talked to him for like 5 minutes and then jumped his bones. But yeah,
I wouldn't even wait
thought it
5
was
minutes.
hot.
I'd be like,
yeah,
okay, let's just.
yeah, because that Ricky
And the rum was
Schroeder look to
happening.
him. Oh,
I mean, she took her hat off and some stuff.
That rum was happening. I just thought the chemistry was really flat, and I thought some of the dialogue didn't ring true, and I didn't know what that was
Yeah.
about. And then I saw they were in a really tight set. That was like a
Yeah.
4-wall set, and you guys are film people, so you could see it looked like they were uncomfortable in their positions.
Absolutely.
The
Well,
scenes
boats
just
are
didn't.
really small, and you got to work around, just like
Yeah.
the Mile High Club, guys.
Hey, are
Wait.
you inducted into that club?
No comment.
There was a few miles happening. This is really good, by the way.
Yeah, I told you I would find a
Yep.
red wine that you would like. You see, I'm good at my other
I
job.
gotta catch up. Yeah, but
Yeah.
And I want to say, Baby Blue Eyes, everybody's saying, oh, the boat's named after Victoria. I'm like, Travis named the boat after himself.
I
Baby Blue Eyes.
I agree. And even the way Nick brought that up and asked, it was like,
Yeah.
that wasn't slick.
Well, that was pretty
What's
funny.
the name
Yeah.
of the boat that he's on?
Baby Blue Eyes. It's like, no, he's just that narcissistic, but someone naming the boat the C word like me, it's like, it's not named after me.
Lacretia.
I just hope Victoria being back with Travis, even if it was for a day, is going to like snap her out of the whole Billy reverie, and she's going to be like, you know what, I need to stay on my path. I want to run brash and sassy, and I don't need all this flirty stuff going
I
on at the
know,
office.
but I feel like
Yeah.
it took her back a little bit because, we've talked about her being weak and losing focus, and that's what she did. She went there with an agenda from Phyllis.
Yeah.
Get him back on board so we can figure out this whole summer thing, and she just went to bed with him.
Did she need that big of a push though to go see him?
She did.
You think Phyllis is going to be the one though to tell Victoria what to do?
I thought that was very odd, but I
Me
actually
too.
liked their scene though, is because Phyllis is like, no, help me out. And it was like a mom to mom situation. And
Okay.
especially with the stuff with Billy that Victoria is unaware of. I actually like that Phyllis came to her as like, you're the only one that can help Summer. Can you do this?
And
like,
Victoria wanted it, so she needed. You know,
Exactly.
you always need that voice, like, yes, do it, even though in your brain,
You're right.
Yeah.
you want to do it.
I'm so not a fan of Phyllis that I'm just like, you know what? Nobody should listen to you.
Yeah.
Phyllis is my girl. She makes bad decisions. It hasn't been that great.
And Nikki with Victoria, Nikki's kind of a listener too. She doesn't give that much advice.
She
So
can't
where do you
really
get it
give a
from?
lot of
You know?
advice.
Yeah.
Glug, glug, glug. So this is me and
Changed
Nikki.
woman. We cannot hold that over her head for the rest of her life. She's been sober for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah, like she doesn't even have a year chip. Hold the phone.
You guys are tough critics.
Yeah.
As I'm on my second glass of wine.
No, but it's funny, you know,
Yeah.
you watch these characters day after day. They really do become part of your, like, I'll be going about my business. I'll be thinking, oh, God, I hope they say this in the next episode or whatever. But you start to think of them as real people, especially with this big celebration of 11,000 episodes.
I know.
Like, you really get drawn into this whole Genoa City life.
Yeah, that's so amazing to me to think about that,
Yeah.
you know, as how long it's been on and how many people are still in the same place. I know you posted the Nikki and Victor video and, you know, and talking to Eric Braden about how he just loved working with Melody for this long, 11,000 episodes.
I mean, can you imagine?
No.
Like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
What are we on? Episode 10?
I know.
I already
Get
know
out of here.
We need therapy. No, but it's a great testament, and it's not just soap opera history, it's television history.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of that, there was soap operas all day long, and now we're down to, what, like 4
Yeah,
soap
things
operas?
are transitioning into the reality world, and it's like we really have to support these soap operas, keep
Yeah.
them on the air.
And the
Yeah.
acting is so fun. It's such a different style of acting, and we forget, like, their rigorous schedule that they have to keep up. So cheers to you.
Yeah, and you know, I just want to point out what you guys think about Justin Hartley. I don't know, but the way that he came back into soaps after being on Passions and being in primetime, he's like, I have the utmost respect. It's so much harder. There's so much dialogue. And I remember, you know, Greg Sullivan, who's the casting assistant, talking about Steve Burton once had 40 pages of dialogue, which for his character on GH, that would have been 2 weeks. But on here, it's like 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just so amazing.
That's why
to
we
see
love it
how
so
hard they
much.
work. And we want him to keep going for 11,000 more.
that's why they have to drink so much water. I put here, I said, I've never seen a more hydrated city. Because every scene blocking-wise, they have to have the conversation. They have to have the character turn to the camera at some point. So what do you have them do, right? Like in a plays, right? So they have to pour water. Everybody's drinking water in Genoa City for most.
At least it's not iced tea anymore.
Yeah.
was
And
over
Victor's
that.
like, screw the water. He has scotch all the time. And I'm like, yes.
My kind of guy.
My God.
I know, Victor, you know, the scotch in the middle of the day, it's like if you were 50 years younger.
Just call Dr. Daddy issues. I wonder, like, in the world, like, what she's doing right now in Genoa City. Well, she's probably moved on.
Yeah, she probably moved away. You know, got her practice somewhere like Seattle, you know, where they
doing, like-
love to bang all the time.
Her hair's done, that's for sure.
Her hair's done. She's doing cupping.
I hear it's really good for you guys.
You can win gold medals.
Yeah, we got Beatrice Randolph saying Kane is getting on her nerves, so we can just steer that into, you know, Kane and Billy sort of had an understanding.
I'm gonna
I'm
agree.
Team Kane.
Yeah.
You know, I was Team Kane and Lily, and now I'm just like, he's kind of wishy-washy, and he's, you know, maybe not that talented.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Jill stood up for Billy and
Yeah.
sided with Billy for another week. I'm just so impressed.
You know what, though? She's... he's the favorite. As
Yeah.
much as she, like, pays attention to other people and, like, treats him like crap, because she genuinely wants him to succeed, and he's the rebel that
Yeah.
she
And she's
sees
a
herself in
rebel.
him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
And that's why they get so into it, is that Billy is very much like his mother. He's certainly not like John Abbott.
Yeah.
And I love that the, you know, family dynamic, because Kane isn't Jill's son, but she's always favored him towards Billy in some way. But you can tell now with this storyline that she doesn't have the same respect for Kane as she does for Billy.
I think a lot of people are seeing that. I mean,
Well.
you know, he was supposed to come into power at Brash and
Save the
Sassy. He's
day,
just not
yeah.
doing a great job. And, you know, around, he's just kind of like, he lets people talk to him like I would never let a stranger talk to me, you know? But he looks so handsome.
He does.
And Daniel Goddard has liked many pictures on my Instagram.
I know. We love you,
okay.
Daniel. We're
Yeah.
trying to get you on the show.
Daniel,
so
my
your,
Instagram's up. It's popping. Where you at?
your PR guy needs to respond
Maybe
to our
he's into
emails.
husky Latinos. No, he's not. He's
Or
not.
my feet, like some other actors.
Oh.
Woo.
I'm just,
Moving on.
you know, this is what happens when Lacretia drinks. She gets way too honest. Yeah, so let's move on from Kane and Billy, because that'll get weird. But yeah, like Phyllis and Jack, like, I love
that line that he had with her, and he was like, just tell me the truth.
Yeah. He's done with the bullshit now. He's just done. He's tired. He's cranky. He's not getting enough in the bedroom. And, like, he has no control over what's happening in anything. You know, and he's kind of wandering around the offices. He sees Brash and Sassy's taking off, and these relationships are being reconnected. I think he feels so unconnected to everything going on.
Yeah, and then inserting himself in Phyllis, you know, with Summer and Nick and all that. And he really has no place there. Yes, that's your wife, but ultimately she's going to do what she has to do for her daughter.
But it was the fact that she's even in cahoots with Victor now, and he doesn't have any control over that, and that he didn't know. He hates not knowing what Phyllis is up to all the time. That's why he said, stop lying. I was like...
Yeah, that was so out of character for him. And
but
that's
so good.
I really
we've
like...
been hoping for that.
Yeah, I've been looking for Jack to sack up, but now I really, you know, I'm honestly on Phyllis's side, and Billy was right. You steal her fire, and that's the thing is, like, yes, you want her to be better, but if that's not who she is this person who's gonna meddle, who's gonna do that. That is who Phyllis Newman is.
And Victor even said that to Jack. He was like, Phyllis is smarter than you. She's stronger than you. And I was like...
And I
think
tagged
Victor's
the Newman name at the end. I was like, Summers, Newman, Abbott. Like, I
And
was like,
part of
that's
it was to get under his skin,
Yeah.
but there was definitely some truth to that.
Yeah.
You know, Jack just seems like the grumpy old guy at this point. And he's not old. He's viral.
But I
and
feel like things have finally hit that point where they're about to turn. Not this week, but next week. We can expect some changes from Jackie.
Well, and with some resolution happening, some other secrets are going to have to come out so we can resolve these issues and move on.
I hope they don't ruin my good image of Sharon. Just let that storyline die. Because if the Sully thing comes out and she's back to crazy eyes, I'm going to be like, ah!
Yeah, and that's one of those things, it's like the fact that we haven't resolved it and it's been drug out so long, are we just going to forget that Sully is Sage's and Adam's?
It's a back pocket story.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it does have to do with the contract status of Justin and the Adam situation being, you know, they can't really wrap that up without him because he's such an integral part of it. So it's like, where are we going? Because I know there is a mysterious casting call for Dean, but it says he's good with his family and is the good sheep, so it's probably not Adam, but you never know. I mean, they're working, you know, with what information they have. And in Justin's recent interview, he said he doesn't know, so...
Well, and that's the nature of entertainment, especially nowadays. You know, your show could be hot one day, not the next, and they cancel it. You never know.
Yep.
Exactly. Keep your options open, just like the ladies of Genoa City. Keep your options open, ladies, like Phyllis.
There has to be a surrounding city that we can kind of go to, have a little fling. Everything doesn't have to happen in Genoa City, and that's always my problem.
I mean, there is Jean-Pierre. And
Jean-Pierre, and we just went to Mexico.
Yeah.
I love that Victoria was able to find his boat, by the way.
This is just, yeah.
That was, but you're right. Like with the lighting and all that, it was like
It was sexy.
Yes.
It was cute.
Yeah. Very cute.
Can we talk about those FaceTime calls between Luca and Travis, and Victoria and Travis?
Oh my God, you guys.
It.
When Luca called Travis a silly sailor, he didn't say silly sailor. In my mind, he said silly sailor. Because in my community, we said there's no secrets between sailors. So Luca has his number, and they obviously... that was weird. Okay, anyway. But when he called Travis a sailor, I was like, you silly. Okay.
You bet silly goes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I liked it. I liked that technology. It was cute. Cute little scene.
Yeah, it's interesting how much they've been using Skype lately on here. Are they sponsored by Skype,
With
by the way?
Nick and all of
Microsoft?
that.
They never say Skype, though.
I know, they never
I don't
use
know
it.
if it's to sponsor something or if it's just to bring that younger aspect into things. Like, because that's what kids are doing these days. We're Skyping.
And it's easier
conferencing.
to film.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We don't have to manufacture them in the same room and do multi-camera shots. We get one shot here, we get one shot on the screen, and then the scene is done. So,
I liked it.
Luca's just running himself into a corner. I mean, let's just...
Yeah, that's my thing with Luca. You know, and luckily Miles has got so many other things popping up. So, you know.
And I think I'm alone. I'm the only one that really enjoys his time on the screen.
I do too.
I like him
not
as an
this week,
actor,
though.
but yeah, you know, as far as a character, there's a way to redeem Luca because I mean, GH,
I don't want him
his main
redeemed,
man
though.
was a rapist. So guys, like, you know, stuff happens.
I don't want him redeemed, but this week he was too, like, oh, are we going to get married? Are we going to get married? He was too, like...
Too pushy, and she was too naive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to be redeemed. I want him to be the villain, and I enjoy when he's the villain.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, if you want him to be a villain, make him be a villain, and everyone sort of is on that page except Summer, but the thing is, Summer's so vocal that I'm just like, is that what you guys are wanting us to think? You know,
Yeah.
or is it more like an Adam situation where he was bad, now he's not so much bad, he loves his family, but with Luca,
We know
we
that's
have
not true.
no motivation whatsoever for his behavior.
I just have a fun thing. If you're bored and you're watching the Restless, do a drinking game every time they say Luca. It's out of control. It's like, we know his name by now. Especially the scene when Phyllis was in Victor's office with Nick and, you know, Luca, 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 Luca. And then Summer comes in and Luca, Luca, Luca. Do a drinking game and you're going to have a really good time.
You're going to be more wasted than we are in this show. And T. Nicole has a good comment. Even if Luca is behind the oil spill and Summer found out about him, he could just say, I'm sorry with his charm, and she will forgive him
Yeah, that's
and his
true.
putty in his hand.
That's true.
Because
That's
that girl is dumb. I say it every week.
Yeah, and then she also said it'll be a while before the Sully secret comes out. He will be 5. I agree.
Yep.
Because
'cause things
Sharon
move in
is
soap
on a
opera
roll
time.
right now. Yep.
So much. But let's talk about one of our favorite characters, and I hope this isn't the last of her, but Bethany.
You guys! It was like the return of our favorites from the past. You know, we got to see Travis running around the boat in trunks. And then when I saw Bethany, I was like, yay! And she looked good, girl.
She did.
She looked good.
Rochelle is always amazing and on point. That's why give that girl a contract. If we want to
Yeah.
keep Justin, let's keep his fiance on the show for full time, and then he will stay.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
No,
No.
I love Bethany, and I'm like, it's so funny how they made her the patsy, and she's just like,
Yes.
I just need more money, and I'll do it. Like, not
And that was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how Victor keeps like $2 million in his office. We all
Yeah.
do. Which makes me believe he's not going to let that money go. She's gone. She's a goner.
No,
No,
because
no.
Bethany knows about Phyllis and Billy, you know, and she's one of the few
Yeah.
people, and the one willing to, like, you know, at the right
Blow
price,
everything
say
up,
whatever.
yeah.
No, but you guys, when she left, he made the phone call. Yeah, she just left the office. He's going to have her killed. He's going to get his money back
No,
because
no,
they're going to
no.
find Bethany and they're going to say, oh, so what's the secret? Or, you know, what's the whole story? And she's going to be dead. So they're not going to be able to get the truth from her.
No.
This is where the storyline's going to die. She's not going to be able to say, I had
don't
nothing
think
to do
so.
with
she
it.
Has, I think she's smarter than what we think.
I would love to
drinks
take a
up
bet
her
on it.
sleeve. And she even played the naive role, like, well, where do you suspect that I should go? Just asking, you know, for his guidance. And maybe to get him off her back. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go where you say.
guys, I think
and then
she's a goner.
totally
Yeah.
change the plan. No, she's too witty, too sassy for that.
And we
Let's
love
make a bet.
Rochelle too much.
Can
Yeah.
we make a bet?
Let's do it.
Okay, so
What you
whoever
got?
loses has to bring 2 bottles of wine.
2 bottles of wine?
No, because I bring the expensive stuff.
Oh, shade, some more shade.
Burn.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Lacretia?
you know, I'm like, shake on it, guys. We'll do the bet, and I think...
But you guys are on the same side.
Yeah.
We are.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
she's.
gentlemen's agreement.
1-1.
But I love how they worked that in because I really wondered who they were going to blame it on. She has the brown hair. She has the same kind of
Yeah.
stature. She's a bit more voluptuous than
And there
Chloe.
was, Victor was pretty smart to be like, there was
Yeah.
a reason I was talking to her,
Yep.
you know, for Victoria and Billy. I was like, damn, Victor,
Yeah, how did
I was
you think
impressed.
of that? I would have never
Yeah.
thought of that. I would just deny the whole thing.
But my thing, like when you rent a locker, don't you have to register?
Yeah.
I've never rented a locker, so
I think it was registered to the other guy, maybe the one that was.
I don't know. I've done it
I
in
don't know.
Vegas, but normally you just hand them a credit card. Now it's like, whatever.
So should
whatever
they be able to
name's on
trace like the credit card?
No, I don't know. Because they could have paid cash, too. They accept cash.
The shade, the shade.
And I guess the last thing we need to touch on in this week was Ashley and Jack's little nice moment.
So cute. Finally,
Really?
I love that.
I loved it. She stuck up for him, you know, when
Yeah.
she was with Phyllis and kind of was at her neck, like, girl, you need to get it together,
they have
get your husband back.
You know, and they had such a sweet moment, and I was just like, okay, this is, you know, queuing up for some of our news later about the ghost of John Abbott coming back.
We've been talking about that for weeks.
You guys,
Yeah.
I wrote Ashley, hush your face.
No, I loved it.
But
See,
it's
I'm
the
a
same-
big sister, so I'm like, I'm the same way.
But it's the same role that we've seen her in, you know, meddling and just being Jackie and blah, blah, blah.
but
No.
she hasn't been doing that recently.
Yeah.
That's all she's been
taking a back
doing.
seat. Now all of a sudden she's finally speaking up, and she's like,
Yeah, that's why I
"Get
want
it
Dr.
together."
Neville back to be giving Ashley his Neville. And
I liked it. I really liked it.
Oh.
Ooh, what?
Oh, okay.
Dylan and Paul's cop scenes. Those are some of my favorite scenes on this whole show.
because I'm a huge Lethal Weapon fan, or any like 80s buddy cop moment. So
Yeah,
like
me too.
anytime Dylan and Paul are together, like is that father and son buddy cop? I love it. Yeah,
And they look like they're having fun. It's comfortable. It's exciting for us to see all the different angles they use as camera people.
Totally
Those
agree.
are my favorite scenes.
And like when Dylan showed up at the scene, Paul didn't be like, "What are you doing here?" He just handed him the kit and was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
go."
do
You
what
were
you
right.
do. Do what
Yeah,
you do.
yeah. I love those scenes. They have a great relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and that's
Babes.
something we've always wanted from Paul, and now we have it. So.
Yeah. And you know, he's tough on Dylan.
Yeah.
It's not that he's like, "I'm a happy-go-lucky mom." Like Nikki is
Yeah.
like, "I want everybody to get along." No, Paul is
Paul's
like,
like, "No.
I love you, son, but you know, you
Yeah.
played in my playground. This is what's going to happen. It's
And
a
then
real
he'll back up
relationship.
a little bit.
Their relationship, especially with the dialogue and the way that they act, reminds me of Stabby.
Yes.
You know, that they have a real
Mature,
yes, yeah.
So let's just go ahead and get into our shadiest moments of the week, since
Hey.
that was it for Genoa City.
I have my glasses this week. No music. Do we?
I'm Slim
All
Shadiest.
right.
I'm the real Shady. So all you other
Shadies are just imitating, and I'm being 13 again because I know all the words
Thank
to
you.
the song.
You guys are so supportive. All right, let's get into it. The shadiest moment of the week. I actually have two.
Oh.
Same character, but with different co-stars. Miss Bethany gets the crown. So we'll start off first with Jill and Bethany when Jill was like, he probably doesn't recognize you with all your clothes on.
Burn.
Burn.
I'm not interested in your questionable taste, Brittany. First of all, not her name.
I love it.
And then she said, I will not be chased out if those are for some... Oh, no, I will not be chased out for some surgically enhanced twit. And then Bethany was like, that's all me.
Me, honey.
Loved
Loves
it.
it.
She challenged Jill. Jill's very, very, intimidating.
Yeah.
And she wasn't backing down. And then I have to also say Victor was shady this week
Yeah.
in
Oh,
his
yes.
conversation with Bethany. Victor never, meddles with women. He's always cool. But he said to her, you live a rather humdrum life. You pour drinks at a bar, no real rosy future in front of you, no prospects. Girl, take this money and get out of town. Shady.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And
What
I
do you
was,
mean? She has no life?
I was just surprised you didn't pull up when Jill totally slut-shamed Bethany. And it's like, girl, she was like, you little slut, like talking down to her.
And she
I was
even
just
said
like,
slut.
damn, that was Tuesday, honey.
I mean, we knew that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
When she was like, girl, put your clothes back on.
I
A little
love
too
it.
high
I love
taste
it.
for you.
I love Jill. Like, I just want to know what she does on her days off, you know? Like, I just want to hang out with her.
Yeah, she
I
would be
do
my
too.
favorite.
But yeah, Victor kind of coming at Bethany like that, like, you don't have a life, girl. Get out of Genoa City.
Would you guys pick up and go to a different country for $3 million?
No, I thought about that too.
I
She
did
got
think
the
about
money.
it too.
For $3 million, like easily Canada or Amsterdam, but
Amsterdam?
You guys!
Lucretia's already been
That's what
drinking so much.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Obviously I need to be there, right, guys?
That's the sister city. Genoa City is Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, where prostitution
A lot of
and drugs
pictures
are
going
all
on
legal.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I thought about it. I was like, I honestly couldn't. What would
Or-
you do?
or
Like,
Germany.
you can't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but $3 million is a lot of money. Considering if you move to Mexico, you could buy a mansion like for $500,000.
Yes, but you have no allies. You have no friends.
But you have
I make
tacos.
friends.
But you have all this cash. Somebody's going to take advantage
Honey,
of
I
you.
moved
There's
out to here
corrupt
all by
stuff going
myself, so
on.
I moved to another country all by myself too.
But here's the thing, though, is that
Canada's
she
not
couldn't
much
even be
further.
herself, though.
Yeah.
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 Nobody's going to understand her. You're going to learn a whole other language. I don't think it's worth it.
I actually thought a shady moment too was when Mariah says you owe me $6 to Chloe
That was so
at the
funny.
bakery.
Because Chloe's just like, seriously? And
I
she's
don't know
like,
if that
"I'm
was
kidding."
shady or sarcastic.
I just loved it. I was
think
like,
the
yeah.
shade is more
Poor
when they mean
Mariah.
it. This
I
was
love
just
Mariah.
a little joke.
Mariah just can never
Yeah.
say it out front. She
Yeah.
always has to get these side digs or behind the scenes. She could have told Kevin exactly what was going on, and she didn't.
Yeah.
Come on, Mariah.
I know, poor girl. But let's get to our best and worst dress.
Okay, I'll be honest. This week was pretty good. Although time slowed down this week, we literally visited 2 days in Genoa City for the whole week.
Yeah.
So I have to say, there was a lot to choose from for best dress, and I chose Summer's black dress.
I had that written down.
What I loved about this dress is how similar it was to her mother's dress.
Mother's.
And
Yes.
it's one of,
Neckline.
yeah.
Yes,
Same
I
neckline.
picked up on that as well. And the fit is great. We know she's got a great body. She's a little fuller on top. She's voluptuous, and it fits well. Totally highlights her body. Plus, what it was doing with her character for that week is she's the black sheep of the family this week because everybody is working against her and her wedding. And so her wearing this, she like literally is the black sheep, but she's stylish. She's a Newman. I saw some of her strength in it, and I love the way that it flowed, and I loved how she had power in it.
Yeah,
so.
I saw a little Nikki in her. With that
Yes,
outfit.
that's exactly right. We know Nikki's outfits are tailored awesome. So that was my best dress. Worst dress? All right, you guys know. Last week I was on the Chloe train.
Yeah, and we're always on the Chloe
Thank
train.
you.
So they took, I was on the Chloe train, and they took that train and drove it off the tracks. What is going on with
It's a
this?
refrigerator.
This is terrible. It looks like it looks like a maternity dress, and we know she's the tiniest one on the cast. Then they do this plaid, Punky Brewster. I don't even know what's happening. And then the black and red stripe. Like knit skirt?
You don't mix patterns for one, and this looks like a little girl if she dressed herself. I mean, yeah.
That is totally right. And you know, it's the designer, they totally went off the tracks for this. And I disagree with patterns, which is why I wore this today. I'm wearing black, but then I have this blue green thing, and then this doesn't match. But overall,
it goes together.
Right.
Right.
This, they were reaching real far with this.
And then if you were gonna pull that off, at least put the hair up, give her an earring, something else we can put our attention to rather than just that.
It just, you know, it just diminished where she was going. I thought she was going a certain direction, and it just, oh God, I just can't imagine anybody would have said, you know, action.
You look good, girl.
Yeah, poor thing.
Oh, poor Chloe. But I guess that brings me to my winners and losers of the week. And I'm sorry, but I gotta give it to Victoria again this week for a winner because she got her groove back. And I'm just loving the direction of Victoria just because she's becoming so much stronger. And even with, you know, getting back in the saddle with Travis. Because, yeah, she's friendly with Billy. She's working at Brash and Sassy. She's got everything going for her. But I can't say the same for her brother, Adam. I love Adam. Y'all, everyone knows how much I love Justin Hartley because I think I mentioned it on every show here.
Every time I see him, I'm like,
Yeah.
Lacretia.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But Adam, like, seriously, you're going to get out of jail and then you choke a guard, like, because you've gone on this hunger strike. And, boy, you need to eat, you know.
I'm so conflicted with that whole, like, father not wanting his son to see him. You also are a father, so you want to be strong for him. If you're not there for your son, who else is going to be
forget
there?
about you. She's gonna find another man. He's gonna raise your son.
Right, and so be there.
Nicholas, great father.
But be there any way that you can. So he's like, I don't want to put him through that. But what about what he needs?
Yeah, exactly.
And so this whole thing about, oh, I'm not going to eat and I'm going to go crazy, it's so selfish to me. You have a family there. It's so selfish.
It's like, sack up, Adam. I mean, even
Yes.
Victor wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, Victor didn't do it because he knew.
he
He just
didn't,
waited his time. He's like, fine, whatever.
Yeah, and just before we step into news, we've got some funny hashtags like hashtag Amstergram. Thank you, our Melvin fan.
Amstergram.
Hashtag stop being stupid summer, Beatrice Randolph. Thank you guys. And then I had the one hashtag Lucretia's had too much wine, hence the Instagram. But,
love
you know,
Instagram.
if you guys want to post those on there, just be sure to tag us so we can be amused by that. And then we'll get into our news and gossip.
Woohoo!
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, there was so much this week, and I'll touch on, you know, Jerry Douglas, a.k.a. John Abbott, is returning
Yes!
as a ghost, but it's still, you know, it's still John Abbott, and I love that Ashley and Jack sort of set this up this week.
They did.
Let's be honest. You ladies set this up because you guys have been asking for his return
I've been
for weeks.
campaigning for him. Yeah, since we started the show. I've always said
Both of you,
Jack
yeah.
is so out of character right now. The only person that could whip him back into shape is John Abbott. Where is he at?
Yep.
Show up.
Yeah,
And
he'll be back September 26th, and, you know, all of his kids need him. You know, Billy, Ashley, you know, Jack.
Yeah,
Come on.
everybody. Be
Yeah.
that voice of reason.
So obviously he's coming back as a ghost. Who is he going to go?
Jack
to.
needs him the
Oh,
most.
you know, I think it'll
You
be a little
think?
bit
Yeah.
of all three of them, and I'd like to see that because we see a lot of scenes with him and Jack, but they tend to miss the boat with him and Billy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy has Jill. That's the voice of reason.
This was the first week that Billy didn't annoy me, by the way.
Really?
And he looks good in that suit. I'm sorry,
Billy
whoever that
always
tailor
looks
is.
good.
Ooh, let's switch places for a day.
And a little bit of more fun news is David Faustino, aka Bud Bundy, from literally my favorite sitcom of all time, guys, Married with Children, is joining Y&R, and he will be in the September 27th episode as Howard Green, the producer of the behind-the-scenes fictional tabloid-style show GC Buzz. And I just love how it's so a nod to Harvey Levin. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Does that mean Yvette Nicole Brown is coming back? Because she's part of that whole...
Yeah, she's part of that. So I'm just wondering if she'll be in there, because she's been in several episodes. She's really, like, she loves Y&R, so I love that she gets to fangirl out on here. It's amazing.
We have so much to look forward to.
I know.
Yeah.
It's getting good. Finally.
And also, the 11,000th episode. Like, seriously, guys, that's how long Y&R has been on. We'll be here on September 1st. And there's a fun clip that we can play here, just a little bit, showing everybody having fun, just talking up the episode.
Am I still on camera?
All right, we may not have that clip, guys. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
It's super sexy.
I love that.
Even the music is perfect, but to see them behind the scenes have fun, I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
so
so
great.
different from the intro of Y&R.
Yeah.
That's more of a classic theme.
Yeah.
This is so cool. It's so updated.
Whoever
and
the
new.
artistic director for this just scored real big.
And that's why I was like, we gotta show this, because this looks so great. They put so much
Yep.
work into it, and everybody's having fun, which you don't normally see on the show.
Yeah.
It looks
And
like a New Year's
unless
Eve
you-
celebration.
Yeah,
Totally.
unless you watch their Instagram, you're like, these people are actually fun. I mean, Sean and Christian are stand-up comedians, guys.
And like the whole color scheme, it looks classy. It looks like a 1940s movie. It looks like a party vibe.
Y&R,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
I know, we're really excited because this is also where Nichelle Nichols will show up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our Lieutenant Hurrah.
And I have to say, the cast is just looking sexier and sexier.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are.
Yeah, they really
And
are.
they're
They've all
so much
aged
more
well.
comfortable in their roles.
And I'll throw out a little tidbit here since it'll move us into predictions. Miles Gaston Villanueva, who is Luca, has already got a new role on Jane the Virgin.
Ah.
That's still on?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know
it
that. I wasn't
actually-
even throwing shade. I didn't know it was
I was
still
like,
on.
it does pretty well actually on the CW. They've won a few, Emmys and Golden Globes, things like that.
I like
So
it.
yeah.
There's so much shade coming from the shade machine over here.
I know. Girl, that's my job.
Oh no.
Let's face it, that's
It's a-
all our jobs. Well, good for him.
yeah.
I mean, he's taken off.
Exactly.
He's so handsome.
So let's, do a quick prediction here, since we know that Luca might be not here anymore.
AfterBuzz
I don't think we all know
TV
that.
predictions.
I've always predicted that there would be a Who Killed Luca storyline because he's not likable. Miles is wonderful, on the other hand, so I'm glad that he's getting work because I'm totally cool with him killing Luca. Who do you think's going to do it?
Travis.
I would love that because they
I
give
think it
Travis
is.
a little bit of a dark side.
He's getting worked up. He does have a dark side from his past. I think it's going to be Travis.
Bethany.
Yeah.
So my prediction refutes that. I think Bethany, we're going to find the next scene that she's going to be in, she's going to be dead.
No.
No, I don't know. Chriselle needs to be on the show.
Yeah.
I love her.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I like her as a character, but I just think the Victor Newman pointing the finger is going to die with her. They're not going to be able to put anything on him because that's it. I'm telling you guys.
No. We have to
No.
keep up with the timeline of Victor. Victor's getting older. He's not the same player
Let's face
that
it, there's
he
no
was
timeline
before.
in Genoa City.
There is. So Victor, he's not controlling everything anymore. These people are able to get over on him a little bit. It's not the same Victor that it was 20 years ago when I started watching the show.
Yeah.
So stuff kind of gets past him, and I think she will find her way back to Genoa City.
You know, but that's interesting. My mom has watched the show
Wow.
since its inception. She said, Victor's hanging around with scummy
That
people.
he would never hang out with before.
That's exactly
never.
what she
No.
said. I still think she's going to get it.
No.
No.
And then I have to stay true to my prediction I've been saying for weeks. Nick and Chelsea. Nick and Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not next week, but the week after.
Especially when Christian, aka Sully, was in the hospital. Those scenes with Nick and Chelsea were hot. And
were.
Nick has been spot on. He, as much as I've always loved Adam, Nick has been my favorite Newman son right now.
Yes.
And it's like, make it happen, guys, because, you know, we're just not sure how long we'll have Justin. But we'd have him for much longer if you guys would give Chriselle, a.k.a. Bethany, a contract.
Well,
just
no,
saying, that
but
girl's
now that
fun.
he's going to be
No, but
in
he wouldn't be
jail
able
for
to
a little
say.
while, they might put him in solitary and then we won't see him. And then that gives perfect moment for Nick and Chelsea.
And I don't think it's a Justin choice, it's a network choice.
Yeah.
If they're going to build up primetime obviously brings in more sponsorship, more commercials, all that kind of stuff.
But it's on NBC instead of CBS. But Justin is actually on 3 of the Big 5.
crazy
ABC,
is
he's
that?
on Mistresses, which he has a foot fetish, and is really funny. And then we've got him on, NBC, This Is Us, and then CBS. So it's
good
like,
for him.
unless he has, infinite amounts of time.
Or can
Yeah,
Skype
where we're
in
going.
with these
Yeah.
new Skype scenes we've been seeing. That's so cool. Congrats to him.
All right, so I guess that is it for this week's Restless Wrap-Up, guys. I'm your host, Lacretia Lyon, and you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one. And be sure to give us a thumbs up on YouTube, 5 stars on iTunes, and like us on Facebook at The Restless Wrap-Up. But I'm not alone. Tell us where they can keep up the conversation with you guys.
Hey, everybody. As you know, I'm Kiera Giavanni. You can find me on all social media at Kiera Giavanni.
I'm Alexander Rodriguez. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at On The Rocks On Air. And I have to say, I got a few messages from our viewers. I love all the comments. Thank you for all that. And you can find out more about me at OnTheRocksRadioShow.com.
Be sure to stay tuned for the bold breakdown, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.